Did I go on a date with a guy who was not my type tonight because I'm trying to expand my options and be open-minded? Yes. Did he invite me on the date and then let me put my card down and split the $120 bill wherein he bought the food on it? Yes. So did I just spend $58 on a date with a guy I didn't want to go on a date with in the first place because I'm trying to quote unquote expand my options and be open-minded? And am I angry about it? Yes and yes. And this is why I'm not quote unquote being open-minded and expanding my options anymore. Because if I have to pay $58 to go on a date with a guy I didn't want to go on a date with in the first place, no thank you. Also, did he look like his photos? No. But did I look hot as hell? Yes.
Serious question. What would you ladies do if a man asks you to split the bill on the first date?
I'd split it. Plain and simple. With today's society, you need to go into any type of date just prepared for the worst. Expect the unexpected. You know, I want to hope for the best. I do. But you know what? Maybe he forgot his wallet. Maybe he didn't think that the date would be that expensive. Maybe this, maybe that, blah, 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 blah. So it's just like, just in case, I will pay for my half. I think that if he asked me out, he should pay. If I asked him out, I should pay. If we both kind of agreed, maybe, and or it's a really, really expensive date as it is, then, you know, it's a discussion. But I'm not going to say yes to a date unless I am prepared to pay. It's one of the many reasons why I'm single. But him not being able to pay or not willing to pay, whatever, it's not a deal breaker because it's a first date. Nobody owes anybody anything.
Stripper advice 101. Ladies, stop going 50-50 with your boyfriends and husbands. I can't tell you how many times I've had your man come to the club and spend your money and his money on me just because maybe I look like you or I remind him of an ex from his past.
That right there, gentlemen, is what I call relationship power games. It's a gentleman thing to pay for your lady's meal if you invited her or were impressed by her company. It displays you a guy that can take care of the women, but it also a silent gesture of trying to impress a woman, which most modern women expect from men. So, what happens when you are not impressed? Gentlemen, don't we owe each other honesty on the first date? If I don't want to pay for your bill, it doesn't have to be an issue because you were doing it for yourself. It's a powerful gesture when a woman offers to split the bill. It shows that she's responsible for herself, and whatever grows between you is a partnership inspired by emotions. That's an important aspect to consider on the first date. Considering financial independence can also motivate some women to commit to a relationship. And there are signs that will show you a woman is inspired to be in a relationship by financial motives. She'll go for the expensive meal that she can't say the name of, or the oldest wine at the restaurant that sells for a ridiculous price. That's a woman that will not mind making you bankrupt. When it comes to dating and finances, there's a thin line that separates taking responsibility and entitlement. And the responsibility can be a guy to pay for the meals because he invited the girl over. But when a girl goes all out for spending because she knows she's one paying for it, hold up. Wait, what? I don't think that just because I take a woman to a luxurious restaurant, she has to cripple my bank account. The attraction or expectations that you have as a guy in a woman will inspire you on how far to go to impress the women. A guy that wants to maintain the masculine and feminine energy in a relationship will try and take up huge financial roles that establish his masculine place. He'll want to take care of his women by providing the best for her. But if a woman is genuinely into you, she'll allow you to spoil and impress her with all the shiny stuff, but not enough to make you miss paying your mortgage or saving. And guys wonder, how will I know if my girlfriend is in the relationship for the long term? Let me explain you. If she's spending like there's no tomorrow, it's possible that you won't be with her for long. You leave her because she's milking you out, or she'll go because you can't give her what she wants. Most people avoid talking about finances in the early stage stages of the relationship. Some guys avoid it because they want to look like they can handle it, while others because it's not an issue to them yet. I think if you're looking for a long-term relationship, observing the financial habits that women display is crucial. Okay, I paid for the first date, but which other of your expenses will I have to pay for being a relationship with you? I'll want to know if you expect me to pay for your hair, nails, rent, food, and all things that you require as a human, or are we partners in this relationship where we build each other as we grow in all areas? When you are not financially on the same page, that will be a constant source of conflict in the relationship. The challenges that couples experience in relationships are not triggered only by what they do, but also by what they don't do. You can learn so much about a woman and yourself on a first date. A woman that will come expecting you to take care of all her expenses tells you something about how the woman sees the financial roles in the relationship. On the other hand, trying to impress a woman by going way above your head tells you something about your approach and dating skills. Well, I tell you, it's always safe to downplay it when you go with a woman out for the first date. I don't know about you guys, but if I ask a woman out, I'll pay for it. I don't mind. It has nothing to do with the women. It's just my dating principle. When you invest so much on the first date, you'll have high expectations of how the date should turn out. I know very few guys will ask a woman to split the bill if she's going home with them. That's why it's also important to gauge and understand the connection you have with a woman before you go out with her on the first date. For example, you've been texting and calling and it looks like a face-to-face date will seal the deal for you. I have no problem even if that women come expecting me to pay the bill because I know that I'm now investing in something. But when you don't have any connection with the women and you go out on the first date, guys, you are both trying to impress each other, so there's no one who owes the other anything. So modern women want to be treated as strong, independent women, but the truth is, when it comes to dating, very few willing to take up responsibility. Some women will come to date already disappointed and ready to pay for their bill. Like, how are we supposed to connect if that's the attitude you come with? So the whole date you'll be trying to make a conversation with a girl who is focused on how things will turn out when the bill is presented. And guys, don't spend your money on a woman that you just met unless that's how you roll. But I understand that you can spend all the time in the world for her, but if she doesn't like you, she'll still not like you. She might just accommodate you for what you have to offer. That's how girls end up saying that I didn't even like the guy. Well, if you didn't like the guy, why are you ordering a 5-course meal and a bottle of wine? You have to be really careful when you're showing women money in the dating scene, especially in modern dating where everyone wants to break out of the working class. A woman's expectations can be inspired by you. If all you have done during the date is praise and try to impress her, she'll expect you to pay for the bill. But if you keep the conversation casual and civil to try and get to know each other, the woman will know that she has a part to play to make that date successful. Now, when it comes to building and nurturing a long-term relationship, finances are seen differently. First, there is the notion that you are one and you are building towards a particular goal as a couple. The best way to view finances in a long-term relationship is a tool to support and make each other comfortable. The financial health of a relationship can affect the mood of the relationship. When you are financially frustrated, it projects itself one way or another in the relationship. That's why most couples find ways to take care of their finances together. The transformations and changes that individuals undergo while in a long-term relationship are enormous, and it might include highs and lows emotionally, mentally, even financially. That makes a 50-50 financial contribution in a long-term relationship somehow far-fetched. Also, partners in a long-term and healthy relationships tend to distribute roles depending on an individual's strengths. The financial discipline in these relationships is inspired by the commitment that couples have towards each other and their goals. Nevertheless, individuality has to be present in any healthy relationship, and this can also mean that you have money on the side that is just for you to develop and entertain yourself. I highly doubt that a guy will be getting a lap dance and starts telling the strippers, you know, I'm blowing up my child's college fund or my mortgage money, or you look like my wife, so I'm going to give you more and more money. If I sneaked myself into these strip clubs, the one face I'll be avoiding is one that looks like my wife. You'll have gone for a guilt trip or something. Anyway, the development in modern society has empowered women, and that changes the structure of romantic relationships. Dates are expensive, and if a guy and women are getting to know each other, it's fair to have the option of everyone taking care of themselves. Finally, guys, understanding your intention is important when you go out with a woman. When you are spending so much to impress her so that she gives into your desires, don't be bitter when it doesn't happen. You don't want bitterness to be the trigger that inspires you to tell a woman to split the bill. An alpha male is always ready and understands the possible outcomes of the approach. You can split the bill with a woman as a sign of strength or show of a weakness. That's it from me, guys. Tell me, what do you think about the financial structure and expectations in dating and relationship that you don't agree with in the comment section below? Do you have a specific dating and relationship issue that you want to discuss? Click the link in the description section and request a consultation. One of our customer service reps will respond to you less than 24 hours. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you in my next video.